Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Um, we are here again. We've done all the laws and logarithm, remaining one topic that we'll be sharing this week. But before we do the last topic on the logarithms, the question we've shared so far on the logarithms, we're going to touch base with them. And at the same time, we'll touch base with other questions we've also shared on the factorization and sort. And before we know it, we're done solving everything. Of course, we'll continue to share more questions as we're going along and on other topics too. So, in this case, this is question 15, and we're talking about that was the first question that was shared on the logarithms. So we have log 625 base 5 equals m raised to power 4. And the question says find m. So m is not running anywhere. We are not searching for m. We're going to find the value of m. So m is here and we can get the value. So what we just need to do is just to apply the first part 1 of logarithm here. So straight to the solution, we have from here, we have to find the value. What do we do? The first, in part 1, I've mentioned this, for log 625 base 5 equals m raised to power 4. Okay, so, and at the end of the day, what do we do? 625, that implies that 625 is equals 5 raised to power m raised to power 4. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Don't forget, log 625 base 5 equals m raised to power 4. And I've told you in part 1 under logarithms that to find the value of m, or to find the value of a particular logarithm, the base will be raised to power what we have in the equal sign, and that is what we did here. So 5 raised to power m raised to power 4. It's as simple as that. So here we could see that we can multiply 5 in how many times? That's 5 times 5. We can have 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5. 5 times 5, 25. Carry 2. 5 times 2, 10. That's 1 to 5. So 5 times 5 in 4 places will give us 625. So 5 times 5, 25. Carry 2. 5 times 5, 25 plus 2. That's 12. Carry 1. Then 5 times 1, 5. That's 625. So 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 in 4 places will give us 625. It's as simple as that, and it's straightforward. So it means that instead of me writing 625, I can write 5 raised to power what? 4 equals 5 raised to power m raised to power what? 4. So here, because we have the same base based on part 1 in logarithm, so based on part 1 in logarithm, because we have the same base, so it means that I can say here that 5 we cancel what? 5. Okay, 5 we cancel what? 5. The same base, you cancel it out, bring down the power. So this is same thing as 4 equals m raised to power what? 4. And now to find the value of m, I need to multiply both sides by the inverse of what? Of 4 to get the value of m. So here means what? Multiply both sides by the power of, by the inverse power, by the inverse power, by the inverse power, by the inverse power 1 over what? 4. So you multiply both sides by the inverse power 1 over what? 1 over 4. So multiply both sides by the inverse power of 1 over 4. So at the end of the day, you will be able to get the value of your m. It's as simple as that. So multiply both sides by the inverse power of 1 over 4. So that implies you have 4 raised to power 1 over 4, inverse power 1 over 4, equals m raised to power 4 times 1 over 4. Why are we doing that? I want to make m to stand alone. I want to take that 4 to the other side. So the only way I can do that is to multiply by the inverse power of that of that m. So you now have 4 cancel 4, 4 here, you know, you have 4 will cancel 4. So you now have only 4. So it means that that implies that m equals 4 raised by 1 over 4, which is also the same thing as fourth root of what? Fourth root of what? Of 4. So the question you need to ask yourself is that, is there anything I can do here to simplify further for that 4 raised to power 4? Is there any other thing I can do? The question I need to ask myself is that there is nothing I can do here to to simplify 4 further. So it means the answer is fourth root of what? 4. Let's assume a square root of what? Of 4 now. Then it means that I can go ahead and still, you know, have 2 times 2. So it means that the value of m here is what? Fourth root of what? Of 4, or 4 raised to power 1 over 4. Please continue to share, continue to like, can continue to comment. You can compare the answer with what you have so that we can know that whether we are on the same page. Thank you. Cheers.